Hey guys, it's Apollo here, and it's time for a deck update. This time, Chronojet. This deck update is rather requested by viewers. So, well, if to the viewer, if you want my updated deck based on your requests, well, here we go. So, honestly, in DZ-BT12, the only thing that Chronojet gets one double rare, and at first I thought myself, well, it's not really good. I didn't want to do a deck update because it's just one card to update, and it's not really a huge deal for me, but because of you requested for it, and okay, you know what, I'll just do it just for the sake of it. So, right. So that one double rare does help out the deck a little bit, and well, I'll go to deck profile. So let's update rather. So let's just go to deck profile. Okay. So the right deck is, I mean, obviously not change. Starter is Chronojet, just because you're playing a straight deck set. Major gear to get your crest. Small gear to fish out a great gear from your deck. And Chronojet being the main card of the deck. So, right line has not changed. I don't see much here. Okay, so let's go on to the Grade 3. So the Grade 3s, if I remember correctly, it's generally unchanged. But I only play 2 of the Chronojets in the deck mainly because depending on the situation, you can either go to Chronos Command or next stage, depending on the situation. I still play it because if I want to finish up on next stage, I'll just maybe straight with next stage with that. So I only play one Balif because of Chronos Command. Like, the only reason why I'm playing one Balif is just because if I choose a way 2, I can just Baltic define Balif, and there's that really. I mean, it's literally a one-off attacker in the deck. So I play one Balif in the deck. And your Strike Fighters, I play 2 of Nocturgial. You don't need too many copies of that. 2 is enough, to be really honest. And I play 2 of the Chronojet order, so that when usually we'll always use it as just to save counterblast. Not really. Never really use its main skill to, to make the GB active when I go first. But even then, if I do go first, I hardly ever see this card coming out. So there's that. So let's go on to grade 2. So the grade 2, alright, so the grade 2s I play for upstream, because upstream is basically, well, it combos with GG, sometimes clockwise if you want to do some shenanigans here and there. Mainly they just fish out a great one, put in the back row after attacks, so there's that. I believe I reduced my Glimmer Breath to 2, because Glimmer Breath as it is not a it's a kind of cost heavy card. Like, you need counterblast and draw one. Keep in mind, Chronojet does counterblast quite a bit, so I reduced it to 2. So you don't need to play too many copies of it, to be really honest. So 2 copies are fine enough. And here's the new card that I think people are asking me to put. It's 3 Clockwork Dragon. So Clockwork Dragon skill, if you have a Chronojet crest, this thing gets out following these below. First, continuous on regular circle during your turn. If your Vanguard is great 4 or greater, this unit gets 5k power. Second skill, on regular on drop. During your turn, that when your unit strikes, you can bind this unit and choose a card. Choose a normal unit for a drop that's not a Sentinel and bot deck it. If you bot deck a grade 3 for the cost, for this turn you can choose your heart or the Vanguard unit to reduce the combat swan. So essentially, it's basically the order, except that you can it's more free to use really. Third skill, continuous on guardian circle. This unit gets 5k shield, so it's a 10k shield all times. So it's mainly there just because it's just a cost reducer. So combine with this and this, you can essentially reduce the cost of your strike skill and your Vanguard your G unit skill by counterblast 2. So basically, your Chronojet and your strike. So all your strikes do use counterblast, unfortunately, and even then, it's really, this kind of helps a lot. So that's why I play 3 in the deck. If you really want to play 4, you can take out 1 Glimmer Breath to play 4 of it. It's perfectly fine. But I play 2 because it is quite a big attacker in some cases. Alright, so next to the grade 2s, I run 3 of the Gear Goes. I do plan to take this out at some point, because Gear Go does eat, along with Gear Pair, does eat a lot of energy. So yeah, I might want to take him out in the future, but in the meantime, I'm planning him because he's shooting here for the time being, because he is, well, a combo with Gear Parrot. So if you go second, you can easily draw a lot, but the issue is you draw too much to deck out at that point. So I think it's an okay card. I might want to take it out at some point, but we'll see. But in the meantime, I'm just playing Gear Go at the moment. So let's go on to the grade 1s. The grade 1s, obviously you run 4 of Clockwise because it is your quote-unquote Cycler deck. So it helps to, well, this deck does discard quite a bit. So not only for your strike, but also for next skill in some cases. So you do want to save your hand in a way. So you definitely play 4 of the clockwise. I play 3 Gear Parrots. Gear Parrot is basically, well, the combo card with your Gear Goat, obviously, but in some cases it does help. It just won't deck up faster by just botting a nominee from the bottom of the deck, or top to the bottom of the deck. So he does help, and he can also bother himself just to give power and such, which is pretty neat. I don't think this card got on press. It did get on press for a period because of Crow and Dragon, but now it's gonna press. It's pretty not that expensive to get, if you ask me. 2 GGs. Again, I might plan to play 4 GGs maybe in place of Gear Goat. I might play 4 GGs and one more Clockwork Dragon, to be brutally honest, but we'll have to see. But honestly, to play combo with upstream, you need to play more of that, to be brutally honest. 2 of these Steam Breaths, they're basically your Strike Fodder and also search for a Chronojet, so you can at least strike with next stage. And 4 effect PGs, ideally one of them being Elementaria. Triggers are generally unchanged. Dark State OT. If you want to play the red OT or blue OT, that's perfectly fine. I just chose it because it gets the pressure when you go to the next stage, so that's why I played Dark State OT. 8 vanilla crits. If you want to play in the effect random effect crits, go ahead. 3 effect draws because you do need the other pieces, and 4 vanilla heals. For the G zone, okay, the G zone, it's standard. I mean, 4 Fate Riders because it's a first stride, and also to flip up your copy so you can build up a crest. 4 Chronos Command because you do want to well, it's a board wiper in a sense. So if there are cases where your opponent's board is really annoying, you can go Chronos Command board wipe the whole deck, the whole field, and the finisher being next stage. So yeah, that's pretty much my little quick deck update on Chronojet. I mean, it is no. I mean, I'll be honest. Like Chronojet now isn't as competitive before, so it's more of a fun deck to me as opposed to a competitive deck back in the day. So don't really expect this deck to do that well competitively. But I'm just saying, like, as a casual deck, this is what I do, and it's pretty fun for me to the most part. So just take that as it will. So that's what I did for my deck update. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like it, do like, share, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.